Okay, so now we are in summative test number 6 for subject Philippine politics and governance. So I will just read the question once. You can pause the video if you want in every item. So for test 1, it will be a multiple choice type of test. So this will be our summative test number 6. What does KKK stand for? A. Kataas-taasang katipunan ng mga kababaihan. B. Kagalang-galang katipunan ng mga anak ng bayan. C. Katipunan ng mga anak ng Katagalugan. D. Kataas-taasang kagalang-galang katipunan ng mga anak ng bayan. Number 2. Who was the leader of the Katipunan during the outbreak of Philippine Revolution in 1896? A. Emilio Aguinaldo. B. Andres Bonifacio. C. Gregorio del Pilar. D. Apolinario Mabini. So write your answer in a one-half lengthwise and just write the letter of your choice. Okay, let's proceed to question number 3. The Pact of Biak na Bato was signed between Filipino revolutionaries and which colonial power? A. The United States. B. Spain. C. Japan. D. Great Britain. Okay, let's proceed to question number 4. Under the Pact of Biak na Bato, Emilio Aguinaldo and his men agreed to go into exile in which country? A. Singapore. B. Spain. C. Hong Kong. D. Macau. So you can pause the video if you want in every item so that you can analyze the question. Number 5, what was the main reason why the Pact of Biak na Bato failed? A. Lack of leaders. B. Lack of foreign support. C. Filipino disunity. D. Spanish failure to implement promised reforms. So that is for question number 5. Question number 6. When did Aguinaldo proclaim Philippine independence? A. May 1, 1898. B. July 4, 1898. C. June 12, 1898. D. December 10, 1898. Let's proceed to question number 7. The Malolos Republic is known as the blank. A. First monarchy in Asia. B. Second Republic of the Philippines. C. First Democratic Republic in Asia. D. Puppet Government of Japan. Let's proceed to question number 8. So again, you can pause the video for every item. What treaty ended the Spanish-American War and transferred the Philippines to U.S. control? A. Treaty of Paris. B. Pact of Manila. C. Treaty of Biak na Bato. D. Manila Declaration or Manila Declaration. Let's proceed to question number 9. Who was the first American military governor of the Philippines? A. General Wesley Merritt. B. Elwell Otis. C. Arthur MacArthur. D. William Taft. So let's proceed to question number 10 for multiple choice type of test for test 1. Who was the first Filipino Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the Philippines? A. Manuel Quezon. B. Apolinario Mabini. C. Cayetano Arellano. D. Jose Abad Santos. Okay, that question is for number 10. Let's proceed to number 11. Which law served as the Philippine Bill of Rights extension to Filipinos? A. Jones Law. B. Philippine Organic Act or Cooper Act. C. Tidings-McDuffie Act. D. Spooner Amendment. Let's proceed to question number 12. So again, just write the letter in your answer sheet. What was the main goal of the Jones Law of 1916? A. Establish military rule. B. Grant greater autonomy and prepare for independence. C. Create a U.S. state in Asia. D. Establish a Commonwealth. Let's proceed to question number 13. Who was the first president under the Commonwealth government in the Philippines? A. Manuel L. Quezon. B. Sergio Osmeña. C. Jose P. Laurel. D. Elpidio Quirino. Let's proceed to question number 14. Again, just write the letter in your respective answer sheet. Who headed the Japanese-sponsored Second Republic during the World War II in the Philippines? A. George Vargas. B. Jose P. Laurel. C. Emilio Aguinaldo. D. Manuel Rojas. Let's proceed to question number 15. What do the 8 rays of the sun on the Philippine flag symbolize? A. 8 language of the Philippines. B. 8 provinces that first revolted against Spain. C. 8 regions of Luzon. D. 8 founders of Katipunan. Let's proceed to question number 16. If you were a member of Katipunan and Spanish authorities discovered your secret organization, what would be the most strategic action to protect your fellow members? A. Disband immediately and surrender. B. Organize revolts in nearby provinces to divert Spanish forces. C. Escape and form a new group with another name. D. Hide and wait for foreign help. So again, you can pause the video if 17. Imagine you were Emilio Aguinaldo in exile after Biak na Bato. The Spanish failed to keep their promises. What would be the most logical next step? A. Wait patiently for reform. B. Prepare for renewed revolution and seek foreign support. C. Return secretly and live peacefully. D. Ask Spain for a second truce. Number 18. As an advisor to Aguinaldo after the Battle of Manila Bay, what would you recommend to ensure true independence? A. Trust the Americans' promise completely. B. Form a clear alliance agreement ensuring U.S. recognition of independence. C. Disband Revolutionary Army. Delay the declaration of independence. For letter D. Number 19. During the American occupation, Filipino leaders were allowed to join the legislature. What skills should they develop to advance independence through political means? A. Fighting and military skills. B. Agriculture. C. Diplomacy and negotiation. D. Religious influence. Number 20. If you were a member of the Philippine Assembly in 1907, which policy would be the best support long-term national freedom? A. Full cooperation with U.S. interests. B. Refusal to pass any laws. C. Passing reforms to educate and empower Filipinos politically. D. Supporting only elite landowners. Let's proceed to question number 21. During the Commonwealth period, the U.S. retained control over foreign policy and the military. How would you, as a Filipino leader, prepare for full independence? A. Focus only on local governance. B. Build a strong national defense and diplomatic system. C. Depend on American troops for protection. D. Ignore foreign relation. 22. If you were a Filipino under Japanese occupation, what action would best preserve national dignity despite the puppet government? A. Support Japan publicly. B. Join the Japanese army. C. Secretly support the resistance while protecting civilians. D. Leave the country. So that's number 22. Let's proceed to question number 23. After World War II, the Philippines faced massive destruction. If you were President Rojas, what would be your top priority? A. Punishing the collaborators. B. Expanding military bases. C. Rebuilding the economy and infrastructure. D. Closing foreign trade. Question number 24. Imagine you are one of the senator in 1972 in the Philippines, witnessing increased political unrest. What would be your ethical duty as a leader? A. Support martial law to stay safe. B. Defend democracy and ensure civil liberties are respected. C. Ignore public protests. D. Leave the country to avoid conflict. Let's proceed to last question for test 1. Today's Philippine government is a product of its long historical struggle for self-rule. As a public servant, how can you honor this legacy? A. Focus on personal power. B. Repeat past mistakes of corruption. C. Promote transparency, nationalism, and good governance. D. Ignore historical lesson. So that would be the end for test 1. For test 2 will be identification. So again, identify the terms being described in the following statements. So 26, he was inaugurated as a president of the Japanese-sponsored Republic of the Philippines. So for identification, you need to write the complete answer with correct spelling in your respective answer sheet. Number 27. It was the most important achievements of dictatorial government of President Emilio Aguinaldo. So you need to write the complete answer. Let's proceed to question number 28. This government was inaugurated following the first national election held on September 12, 1935 under the 1935 Constitution, and the first elected president of this government was Manuel L. Quezon. So again, you need to give the complete answer with correct spelling. Incomplete answer is considered wrong. 29. The first woman president of the Philippines. 29. The first woman president of the Philippines. And 30. He is the president that established an authoritarian regime or dictatorial rule in the Philippines that came under criticism for corruption and for suppression of democratic process. Okay? Let's proceed to number 31. He is the King of Spain's representative and the highest ranking official in the Philippines that exercise certain legislative powers. Okay, so let's proceed to number 32. He is the first Philippine president to come from Mindanao. He is the first Philippine president to come from Mindanao. Okay. Question number 33. It is the United States federal law that established the process for the Philippines, then an American colony, to become an independent country after a 10-year transition period. Question number 34. He came to be known as a centennial president in the Philippines for his successful supervision of the 100th anniversary of the country's independence. He came to be known as Centennial President for the Philippines for his successful supervision of the 100th anniversary of the country's independence in the Philippines. In the last number, the Philippine president that promoted the Filipino First Policy Program. The Philippine president that promoted the Filipino First Policy Program. So that would be the last question for our summative test number 6. Okay, that would be all, and thank you everyone.